Nicholas Petit-Friere, is that just a one-for-one replacement on the offensive front?
Yeah, the plan then is to just move Thayer Munford over and put Matt Jones in left guard for Munford. So Thayer will play left tackle, which he has done for 3 years now. The 3 years before that, I was on a show in Salt Lake City a couple of days ago, and they were asking about the replacement of Nicholas Petit-Frere, and that's got to be big. That's got to hurt them, right? And it's like, well, the guy that's replacing them has been an All Big Ten, second team All American at left tackle for the past 3 years. So if you're going to lose the first team All American like Nick Petit-Frere, replacing him with Thayer Munford is about the best option you can imagine. Now, we see the one main clip of him playing left tackle this year was against Aiden Hutchinson, getting blown up, and I'm sure he's more than tired of seeing that. So this is an opportunity to make up a little bit for that and show that he can do this, and so that's pretty much going to be the way things go in this game. Now, Kevin Wilson did say that he suggested to the coaches, why not just put Paris Johnson out there, since that's what we're going to do next year, in theory anyway. So he threw that out there, but the thought was, just do it with Thayer because he's been out there before.
So, Tony, obviously the overriding storyline about incentive concerning these bowl games has even crept into the Rose Bowl, the 4 opt-outs. So the talent absence is a nuts and bolts evaluation that we just went through. The impact on the rest of the team in regards to what that tells the rest of the team, I don't know if that impacts the rest of the team in stating, okay, other guys have deemed this not worthy to play in. Does that mean this is not a big deal? But it is the Rose Bowl. And I got to think that even though these games are on TV across the board and national audiences are watching, there is something to walking into a stadium with 10,000 people in 80,000 seat stadium versus what we're going to have here, where the juices get flowing when the stadium's got 90,000 plus in it, and there is a recognition of, okay, people are interested in this game. They've shown up to watch us.
Well, and we were out for practice a couple of days ago, and Ryan Day gathered the team around, and you could only hear bits and pieces of what he was saying, but at one point you could hear him say, like, this is going to be a road game, so we all need to basically just be prepared for that. And that's one of those things that can bring everybody together. And I know the players have all been asked, the disappointment of the Rose Bowl, and they've been asked about the opt-outs, and you get the sense that they're tired of talking about it in terms of, why don't you guys care about this? And they're all like, we're here, we do care about it. Like, they are saying all of the right things. I think it's we are, you, me, and us media here who deal with fans on a daily basis, especially on the internet, and I'm saying this in the most polite and respectful terms, the crazy fans, like the ones who really, really are into this, we kind of get skewed by their thoughts in terms of, it's not the college football playoffs, so I don't care. It's a disappointing season. But for the players, it's, yes, this is not exactly where they wanted to be, but they're here and they still want to play. Like, there's still an opportunity to play with their teammates, and I do wonder. I'm with you, Mark. I wonder if there's some not resentment for opting out, because they're all supportive, but like, we are still here, and now we have to come together and be even stronger, because we are missing some guys who are key, and it's not just the opt-outs. There's some injuries and things like that where it's even more kind of just like a band of brothers thing, not to get into this whole military metaphor, but they've all got to come together, play better, and be stronger, certainly stronger than their last game, which they have also been constantly reminded about and are also quite tired of talking about. But, this is an opportunity for them to get that bad taste out of their mouth. And I asked Steele Chambers, the Ohio State linebacker, is this an opportunity to prove that that's not who you guys are? And he's like, well, that game happened. So that is part of who we are. That is part of our story. The rest of the story can be told in this game and see how that ends. But he's he's a guy that is not walking away from that Michigan hurt. Being soft are kind of accurate based on what they showed on the field.
Yeah, these guys aren't used to losing games, so they've only lost a handful in their careers, depending on how long they've been on campus. So they're not used to losing games. When they've got to suffer a loss, they only have to live with it for 7 days. Well, the Michigan loss, they've had to live with for a month, and depending on your perspective, have to live with for a lifetime in a certain respect.
Mm-hmm.
And now with a Utah game, if they lose the Rose Bowl, they're going to have to live with that for 8 or 9 months. So I don't think they want to do that. And just being competitors, anytime there's different guys that you don't know in different colored jerseys on the other side, you want to show we're the better athletes, we're the better team, regardless of who's watching and what kind of credit we get for this.
They've heard and seen all of the talk about how soft they are. That's offense and defense. So if they don't respond, then it kind of confirms all of the questions in a sense. And now they can respond well and still lose. I mean, that's you can be very tough and lose 10-7. And it's like this was just a complete fist fight. And, you can be really, really tough. And guys, tough people lose fights all the time. And that would certainly be a better outcome than losing 40-7 and quitting in the second quarter. I don't expect that to happen. I think this has just been one of those steel chambers. I asked him about the Michigan and how do you get away from that or whatever? How do you overcome that? And he's like, that loss was like, feels like they've been talking about that for the last 2 months. And it was only a month ago. Like this, it's just, they keep talking about it or just keep hearing about it. And now, while this won't completely erase that, it is, as Matt Barnes also said, it's an opportunity to get that bad taste out of your mouth and show that you can be tough, show that you can be physical, answer some of the critics, but also, more importantly, end the season on a good note against a good team, against a physical team.